Good morning. It's great to be here. Thanks for joining me bright and early. I know everyone had a lot of fun last night, kicking off Token2049. Very much excited to share with you our vision of how the future of AI is collaborative agents. Maybe to start, I'll give you a little bit of my background. For me, I've been an entrepreneur most of my career and working in AI for over a decade. I was working in an ad tech pioneer using AI to build lookalikes called QuantCast. Then I started an enterprise AI company and sold it to Teradata, a large database company. I was at Canada's largest AI research lab, Vector Institute, working with 500 researchers, really scaling the future of AI research. And I went to Google, where I was responsible for applied AI in the CTO office. And in my experiences working with AI in my career, I became increasingly convinced that AI was going to be the most transformational technologies of our lifetime. But I also believed that it was incredibly important that it land in a positive place in society. So specifically, even working inside Google, where I thought people were well-intentioned for the most part and very capable, I still felt and saw that the incentives were all around behaving like a bad monopolist, not really doing more than paying lip service to the way AI impacted the future, and I felt it was really critical to do something about it. So we started Theoriq. Me and my co-founders are AI veterans who'd worked with me at other places like at Vector Institute and Teradata and Google, right? And we really felt that it was important to embrace Web3 principles to make sure that AI benefits all of us and is controlled by all of us, the community, not a few billionaires who make it something that benefits them and increasingly tell us what we can do. Now, very specifically, I'm going to talk to you about AI agents. Agents, I'll tell you more about what agents are, but at the highest level, it's about making it so AI can do the things we want. We hear a lot about the models and chatbots, right? But we really think that the future is agentic, that more and more you're going to have capable AI systems, and we passionately believe collaborating AI agents working together to accomplish great things. So which future do we want? Do we want a few billionaires to create agents that tell us what we can and can't do, that they control, that they extract more and more of our data, take more and more of the economic value, and increasingly become the dominant power in the world? Or do we want it so that we all have a voice in that we all have a chance to influence, that everyone has something to contribute? We passionately believe in that latter future, and that's why we believe Web3 principles are so important. So at Theoriq, we're building an OpenAI agent innovation ecosystem, a base layer where it's possible for agents to work together. They can be composed permissionlessly. Anyone can teach agents how to do amazing things. They're interoperate, and there's communication and payment, all of that built in. We think that's critical to making sure we have the right future for AI. I'll share more about that. As a high level, as a company, we've raised over $10 million. Our last round was led by Hack VC, and we're a team of veterans with AI experience as well as Web3 experience with leadership roles at places like Ripple and Tron. So to give you a little more detail about AI agents, they are software programs based on the power of large language models, the ChatGPT type engines, made so that they have access to all kinds of useful data and tools. A lot of people, you probably heard about all the data that goes into training the models. But really what's important is the way that agents can access data in real time, right? What can it look up right now and understand to take action, right? So, for example, we see a lot of excitement around agents helping people analyze tokens and trading, whether it's for meme coins or more stable tokens, right? So what kind of social data can you access in the moment? What kind of index blockchain data can you use, right? So we see that as really important, the data that agents have access to, and the tools, right? The ability to run code, to do analysis, to call APIs, to do searches, right? Those are the kind of the core capabilities of an agent. And incredibly importantly, agents are able to do planning and reasoning. Just in the last couple weeks, we've seen big breakthrough in frontier labs, OpenAI in this case, showing how agents are getting better and better at planning and reasoning, coming up with smarter and smarter ways of doing things. We think that's important. But we also think that it isn't going to be a future where there's a one-size-fits-all agent, some universal agent that does everything. Instead, it's about specialized agents working together in collectives, right? So in the case of like analyzing DeFi, right? You want to say, hey, are there major fluctuations in token prices? Maybe I should go in and make some modifications to my holdings. You can have at the one level a group of agents, a collective, that one knows a lot about socials and can look up sentiment and commentary, another that looks into the news with vetted publications. And then also, we can have a collective of data analyst agents that can go in and crunch the numbers, right? It can query data from an index database like space and time. It can generate analysis code and visualization code, and it can interpret it and give results, right? So breaking it down into these sub-steps, working together, you have a much more powerful system. Just like a company, a department is not one person with universal skills, but specialists working together. So these collectives, we think, are already working really well and driving meaningful value in the way that our system works. And we see this moving forward very rapidly as the underlying AI keeps advancing, its capabilities, its knowledge keeps advancing. So every month we're seeing big improvements, right? Like we've built a powerful data analyst collective, and it's gone from about 70% accuracy to 95% accuracy just in the last 6 months. Rapid progress indeed. Now, collectives are exciting because of 3 key things. One is specialization works well, right? Everyone has something to share, so developers can build specialized agents, and we really believe in a future of no code where anyone can just teach an agent from what they know, what they've written, what they've talked about with some feedback, make an agent better at the things that they know and be a force multiplier for their specialization. Bring those together, and that specialization is powerful. Dynamic assembly is another important thing we believe in, which is making it so you can discover the best and the latest agents and have them really come together as a team and work well together. That's incredibly powerful. Things are moving so fast in AI, you constantly want to be updating and finding the latest and greatest capabilities. So we're building for a world where millions of agents are available to do the work that we all need. And by having these collectives of multiple agents, it gives you a lot of resilience, right? You're not dependent on any one agent, any one model, any one particular provider. You can have alternatives, you can explore, you can, for high stakes tasks, you can perhaps divide it up and have 2 competing efforts working together. So resilience comes out of that approach as well. Now, in order to power this future, Web3 is important. The first thing is around having standards, right? Standard ways of communicating, smart contracts that ensure the way agents work together, that ensure payment, right? So that you have micropayments, agents can pay one another, and you can pay for use of AI models and data. This is important. Token incentives is incredibly important, right? I think there's never been a bigger opportunity to build a giant network than AI agents. And that network will thrive with token incentives, right? So giving incentives for people to test agents, to give feedback, to create agents. By having us all have a stake in it, it will grow faster and get faster feedback than the slow progress of large monopolists trying to tell us what to do. This community ownership also comes in as incredibly important to have the roadmap and the needs driven by what we, the community, want. And it's really important to have the accountability so you can see on chain what's going on, how the agents are interacting and what's working, so you can have independence of how to assess what agents are good or not. Some of the use cases we see that are important here in Web3 for agents include around DeFi, right? So analyzing portfolios, helping with trading, both in terms of analysis, making it easy to express intents in natural language, building more automated trading, liquidity management, but also in predictions, right? So prediction markets are hot. Agents are emerging as a really exciting way of participating in prediction markets. So is for forecasting and general analysis in business. Developer tools like auditing smart contracts, generating whether it be meme coins or dApps, marketing, all kinds of analyzing for symbols and fraud, as well as generating helpful content to engage community in GameFi, whether it be NPCs. I think increasingly gaming studios we're working with are seeing the future is more and more, how do you have teams of agents that you as a player can harness to help you, right? And for modding, AI is really exciting. and more generally in the whole community space. Agents can help drive community, can help people understand governance, flag important issues, sort of be a force multiplier, and drive up engagement in community. To drive all of this, it's incredibly important to have a knowledge of reputation, what agents are good, which ones work well together. And so there's really two key things that we think, the innovations that we've brought forward, right? One is called proof of collaboration, which is using non-repudiated, non-modifiable storage anchored on chain. You can see how both individually agents contribute to results, proof of contribution. So you get independent feedback of how well did this agent work? Was it providing useful results? A lot of times people may talk to you about things like verifying the integrity of AI computation, but that's just a subset of the problem of, was the result useful? Was it helpful? Did it achieve the goal, right? So number one, in a collective, did the collective as a whole work well together? Proof of collaboration. Did I achieve the intended goal? Was it effective? Was it helpful? So that we can learn and help with discovery and optimization of how agents work together. And then the individual participants, proof of contribution. What did they do? Was it helpful? Can you benchmark it? Can you get user feedback? So this combination of AI and user feedback is important to drive reputation and help discovery, because we think it's incredibly important that unlike a Web 2 approach to marketplaces, you need to have economic incentives to give good high-quality signals and have better ability to update as new and better offerings come on the agent marketplace. I'm also very excited to announce that our first testnet for Theoriq is live today, right now. So you can go and check it out, interact with about a dozen agents that we and partners like Bondex and Filecoin Foundation have put forward, whether it be analyzing investments, understanding Filecoin, understanding the eigenlayer and restaking ecosystem, job preparation with Bondex. So come check it out. We'd love your feedback. Our SDK and documentation are live, so anyone who wants to build agents and register them in our protocol can do so. And we're really excited to have more builders building great agents for the community. And then we'll have an incentivized dashboard coming out early next week so that you can all have a stake in the success of the protocol as you participate. From a roadmap standpoint, we're very excited to, having entered this phase of testnets, to have some testnets coming up following this with a no-code builder, so anyone can create great agents. You don't have to be a programmer, and allow for payments and on-chain audit, leading into a testnet, a mainnet late this year. And into next year, we've got a whole series of exciting updates coming up around our community governance and staking, and continuing to iterate on community feedback and discovery. But everything in the roadmap is something that we want the community to give feedback. So we're excited at the launch of testnet to start this process of learning. And we're excited. We're collaborating with a number of great AI projects around DePIN and inference and data, because we believe that truly the power of Web3 is the community, and us all working together, we can achieve a better future for AI. So do come check us out. Check out the website at theoriq.ai. Feel free to give us a follow on X at TheoriqAI and at Ron Bodkin, and feel free to connect with me. And again, we really do believe the future of AI is agentic, and we, as the Web3 community, have a chance to make AI serve all of us and be truly beneficial for the future of humanity rather than controlled by a few billionaires. So come join the agentic revolution. Thank you for your time today.